The chair recognizes the honourable member for Long Island.
Mr. Deputy, I'm overjoyed to be in this place yet again and to stand here on behalf of the great people of Long Island who selected me to serve their interests here for 2 consecutive terms. Mr. Deputy, yesterday I had the opportunity to visit with a 91-year-old Long Islander, Ms. Iris Farquharson. And she came to Nassau on an emergency flight a couple of weeks ago after falling and breaking her hip. And you believe, Mr. Deputy, when I saw her yesterday, she was as strong and as vibrant as ever, having just had an operation at 91 years old, ready to jump and move around and get back on that plane to Long Island. Mr. Deputy, the bill today, which is meant to incorporate the Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean, you know, I don't have a whole lot to say about this bill, Mr. Deputy, but I note that the government has not said, a lot about their plans or discussions with the bank. You know, banks are very good at assessing needs and all the rest of that, but we haven't heard our government lay out clear plans as to these discussions, give us the particulars on what current or future loan agreements would look like, etc. Mr. Deputy, I apologize, sir. You know, in those discussions, you know, to echo the member for East Grand Bahama, we should be talking about Family Island development and how Family Island development is going to be funded, particularly when you look at the state of infrastructure on islands such as mine, when you look at airport development and the need to improve and or develop new airport infrastructure to really spark and boost these economies. When you think about funding for some of our state-owned enterprises to cause them to be able to invest more in their capital outlay. You know, we talk about the government allocating some $50 million towards this initiative. We've heard all of that. We haven't heard any particulars as to where the $50 million would go, how it would be broken down, what we would get in return. We don't know what programs we're eligible to take advantage of. We haven't heard anything with respect to small business funding and trying to ease or creating a better atmosphere for the ease of doing business in this country. So we want to know, the Bahamian people want to know what's in it for us long term. Madam Speaker, switching gears a bit, I'm deeply troubled, Madam Speaker, by water challenges in my constituency. Over the past few months, Madam Speaker, my constituents have voiced, Mr. Deputy, I apologize, sir, my constituents have voiced concerns about frequent and prolonged disruptions in water supply, experiencing consistently low water pressure and or challenges with receiving timely water deliveries, especially when you consider, Madam Speaker, the condition of the old water truck that was left on the island, Mr. Deputy. Mr. Deputy, during the previous administration, we undertook significant efforts to upgrade Long Island's water network. In fact, some $11 million was spent from the CDB. We extended the supply system, installed booster stations, added a new reverse osmosis plant, and built and installed new tanks, state-of-the-art tank in McKinsey's and Dedmondsky, and tanks throughout, smaller tanks, community tanks throughout South Long Island. We also launched an extensive leak detection program, and that initiative led to improved water pressure in many areas and provided better service to my constituents. Mr. Deputy, some of the things we did included putting new distribution systems in settlements such as Woodhill, Roses, Berries, Mortimers, Dunmores, Grays, and connecting these systems. We built 3 new community booster stations in Deadman's Key to ensure that there's a greater flow of water. People don't complain about low pressure, water pressure. We addressed many of the side streets, ran pipes through many side streets throughout Long Island, from the Bight to Pindus to Wims's, etc. O'Neill's, and had substantial operational and equipment upgrades during that time. We were very disappointed to hear that today the people of Long Island are rationing water. We come into that in a minute. People of Long Island are rationing water. Disappointed to hear that. Madam Speaker, Mr. Deputy, we also completed a 250,000 US gallon storage tank. Installed a new 265,000 gallon reverse osmosis plant in Deadman's-Key, addressed issues at the Sims plant, and had a number of other works going on, and I'm going to come to that shortly. So when we hear of the challenges now being faced in Long Island, we're quite surprised. Quite surprised. Mr. Deputy, it is deeply disappointing that efforts to upgrade our water infrastructure and carry out timely maintenance have all but disappeared. And this neglect has caused considerable concern in Long Island. As I stated earlier, the new 265,000 gallons per day reverse osmosis plant installed at the Deadman's-Key site, the water and sewer site in Deadman's-Key, remains offline and is now being overgrown by bushes. Similarly, the new 250,000 gallon storage tank, which was intended to enhance storage capacity and water output for islanders, sits empty and unused. They were both completed in the case of the storage tank and in the case of the reverse osmosis plant, nearing completion in 2021. What could possibly be the reason for the current state of affairs? In fact, Madam Speaker, Mr. Deputy, this is the state of the reverse osmosis plant. I'm sorry, the new storage tank, the empty storage tank sitting in the bushes in Long Island. In Long Island. No. This is the site, grown up by bushes. Grown up, that's a private subdivision, just so you know, Foxhill. Private subdivision. Okay? This is the reverse osmosis plant. The new 265,000 gallon per day reverse osmosis plant in the bushes. Grown up. And not being used. This was not completed. They have it in the bushes, brand new. And the issues we now face today could have been avoided had this been brought online and completed. Stopped, reviewed, and canceled. This is it. This is the plant, the new plant, with the storage tank behind it. The new plant. In the bushes, padlocked. And then I read where the member for South Andros and Mangrove Key told the Nassau Guardian that the plant needed many renovations in order to fit the existing infrastructure on the site. That's not so. All of the material to complete the plant is in these 3 containers, 1, 2, 3, on the site. On the site. The plant should have been completed.
What?
On the site. All they had to do was run, finish it. All they had to do was finish the installation. But they stopped it. So here's one of the, this is in Deadman's-Key, Long Island. This is one of the trailers that have material in it to complete the plant that was shuttered since 2021. 2021. 2021. Look at this. Some of the stuff, look, outside the plant, outside the container. Look at this, Mr. Leader. This is a disgrace, man. This is a disgrace. Huh? From 21 to 24, everything stopped. Came to a standstill. Came to a standstill. Look at the site. The site is littered with pipes and electrical wiring and so on that should have been used in the plant from 2021. 2021, we left this fully moving. 2021, 3 years later, the plant is shuttered, padlocked. Guess what?
4.5 years later, Bamsi.
Look here.
3 years.
This is a well. This is a well. This pipe goes. This pipe at the top of the ground. This goes down about 400 feet or so into the ground. 400 feet into the ground. And this is covered by a piece of plywood and a block. And Sean, you can release this. A piece of plywood and a block. This is the supply well for the new RO plant. And look at this now. They took off the plywood. This is the pipe. They took off the plywood to send me a photo. This is disgraceful. This is the pipe to connect to the RO plant, going 400 feet into the ground to pull the water that would be purified. Disgraceful. Look at the pipes littering the grounds for this plant that should have been online, and due to politics, was stopped, reviewed, and canceled. We left it nearing completion, 85% complete. And then you have, this is a building. Look at all the electrical infrastructure. Look at the electrical infrastructure just sitting down. I can tell you, Foxhill, we ran water. You could ask the people in Salt Pond, Sims, Bunches, Deals, and elsewhere. Clarence Town. But here, I come into that because you all haven't done a single thing in the 3 years you've been there. I come into that. But Mr. Deputy.
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Central and South.
No, I know we do question and answer time while people debating nowadays. So I just want to ask, did you have to borrow money when you bought those plants? Did you borrow the money? Did the board borrow the money?
Ask you the same question.
No, I just want to know. Did the board borrow the money to answer to buy the plants? No, today. We focus on them.
We don't have water. You don't have it either. You asking me foolishness. You should be focusing on them. Mr. Deputy, these are the electrical supplies left. The electrical supplies left in the building. They're supposed to be in the plant. Supposed to be in the RO plant. The building, the box have been wet and rotting through. Look at the building. Look at the building, Mr. Deputy. This building was to be completed. Stopped, reviewed, and canceled, Mr. Leader. Look at the electrical supplies and items in this building. Look at that. Look at all the electrical supplies left out in the open. Should be in that plant. So the people of Long Island wouldn't be facing no water, a water crisis today. There's more. Boy, if they only would. And you know I don't come without my documents. See here? Look, all of these are items that were purchased, valued at thousands of dollars, left to rot, rather than installed for the benefit of the people of Long Island. Look at the tank. Hey? And guess what? This brand new 250,000 gallon per day tank, storage tank, Sits empty.
Order, members.
Sits empty. Sits empty. Look at the door to the tank, the latch, open. Huh? You clearly know water's in the tank. Clearly know water's in the tank.
The water man in charge of water.
Look, this is inside the tank. Empty. Empty in the tank. Empty. Empty. Inside the tank is empty.
After the plane.
Empty.
Lundy didn't get up on his feet since we asked for the plane.
Look at the pipes. Look at the pipes at the site in Long Island. These are the pipes that should be connecting to the plant and connecting to the new storage tank. Huh? They are here dry rotting in the sun. 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 That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And guess what? To compound matters. To compound matters, Mr. Deputy. The new $134,000 water tanker, which was sent to Long Island to transport water to areas beyond the pipe works, beyond the pipe network. Mr. Deputy, I can't even hear myself, Mr.
Order,
Deputy.
members.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy. To compound matters, Mr. Deputy, the new $134,000 water tanker, which was sent to Long Island to transport water to areas beyond the pipe network, that was removed from the island in early 2022. Removed. This modern tanker, Mr. Deputy, was able to carry double the capacity of the aged, leaky tanker that was left behind, which was being replaced due to varied mechanical issues. See the tanker here? They got it here. This is the tanker on the dock. The people of Long Island sent this picture to me in early 2022. Say, man, they taking this tanker from us. Huh? Huh? They took it. They took it. They took it from the people of Long Island. This would be there to transport the water.
Where it going?
Huh?
Where it going?
Huh?
Where it going?
Hey, and guess what, Mr. Deputy? This weekend, maybe the roses by the floral shop. This weekend, Mr. Deputy, they scrambled into Long Island. The man right on the side who should fix the road. You're right, but that. The one right on the side of you. Mr. Deputy, they scrambled to Long Island this weekend. Right? And guess what, Mr. Deputy? All of a sudden, the plant is open. The padlock plant is open, and they got a backhoe here clearing down the site from all the bush. Clearing down the site. Yes, here.
Order, members.
This is them. This is them. This is them on Saturday evening. Saturday evening, these photos were taken Saturday morning, and by Saturday evening, these were taken. Saturday evening. Saturday evening.
Order, members.
Suddenly, they're scrambling down there to get it resolved. And guess what? Oh, your government. Your government and those, your government. Your government. I have no problems with that, my brother. And guess what? This is this morning. They got a barge coming with 2 big containers. Say this is the water they bring in for the people of Long Island. Huh? And they proud of this. They proud of this. They proud of this. The water, the pipes are empty. The pipes are empty. These are the barges that they're gonna, this barge is carrying these little 2 tankers that they're gonna go to people's house and say, let me give you a little bit. Let me give you a little bit. And let me give you a little bit. Huh? That's what this is. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Left the Oro plant shuttered and padlocked. And no use of the water storage tank. No use. Pipes rotting. Now, to Fox Hill. To Fox Hill. They dry rotting in the sun. To Fox Hill. They dry rotting in the sun. To Fox Hill. Madam Speaker, Mr. Deputy, you know, what is interesting, Mr. Deputy? The plant that they are now, because I understand they moved their plant from Sims and took that up to Deadman's Key. That plant was purchased during our tenure from water makers. That was a plant that we purchased with the foresight that in the wake of Dorian, that plant will be a roving, that will be a roving plant. It will be a roving plant, okay? And that plant would be taken from island to island as needed based on emergencies. And that's the plant they're deploying now. But you don't hear no one saying, thank you for the foresight. Thank you for the foresight. And then, Mr. Deputy, we are experiencing untold issues with power supply in Long Island. Untold issues. You know, Madam Speaker, you should be ashamed of yourself to take people back into the 18th century, sending water on barge, into antiquity, and you want to show the picture? Shame on you, man. Shame on you. Mr. Deputy, power. No, shame on you. You've been there for 3 years. Fix it. 3 years, fix it. You couldn't even, we already took you 80% of the way. You couldn't even go 15% and complete. Couldn't even go 15% of the way and complete. Huh? Couldn't even go there. Couldn't complete what we already have there. Huh? Huh? Let's get to the power. Let's get to the power. Mr. Deputy.
Members.
Power on the island. Constantly shutting off. We have never experienced these power outages like this before. Every day or every week, we're getting outage after outage, every other week. So now, the people of Long Island, at one time, some of the best power supply, we didn't know nothing but power going off. That's a rarity on our island. Now, under the New Day government, you know, the member for South Beach is right about a new era, a new ERROR era. That's right. He's right about that. Right. Constantly off. Never before seen in Long Island. This has been 3 years of deterioration. A tale of deterioration under this government. A tale of deterioration. Roads, terrible state. You could play golf using your cars. Terrible state. The airport, we hear promises of the airport. We hope it would come. We hope it would come. And now, Mr. Deputy, water. After we would have spent $11 million from the CDB, running pipes, putting water through those pipes and doing other development in Long Island. And now, they couldn't finish it. Governments are continuous. If you want the second leg, the fella, you run to the third guy, he takes the baton to the fourth guy, and you go home. So if one of us is booted out, the next one take on the mantle. You don't stop, review, cancel, padlock. Shameful. Shameful. And then want to trick the people of Long Island and make them feel like they love us. They don't have no love for us. They have no love for us. Now, Mr. Deputy. Mr. Deputy, there were other projects planned for Long Island, including pipeline works that were scheduled between Thompson Bay and Millis. And Mr. Deputy, the pipes were delivered to Long Island for those works to be completed, and the roadside were cleared by Mr. Brenville Miller. This is to connect Thompson Bay to Wimsey. Mr. Mario is a great man. He's a great Long Islander. You paying for my ticket? I'll be there. Pay for my ticket. I'll be there. Pay for my ticket. I'll be there. I can come in red, of course, but I don't have, listen, Mr. Mario is a nation builder, man. He's a great Long Islander. A great Long Islander. And guess what? Mr. Mario might have slipped a vote in for me, too. Wink, wink. Hey, I can produce a picture. Me and Mr. Mario, he knew me from I was this high. So guess what? Don't be surprised if he did. Mr. Deputy, so additional projects, Mr. Deputy, were planned for the island, like I said, including pipe works between Thompson Bay and Millis. And these pipes would have been delivered to the island. The roadsides were cleared by Mr. Brenville Miller, and the works were to be done. where those pipe works. We heard the pipes, firstly, the works never started, and the pipes were shipped off the island or moved elsewhere, but they're no longer where we knew them to be. Additionally, Mr. Deputy, a $2.9 million water supply extension contract for settlements north of Stella Maris was canceled. See here, August 20th, 2021. This is a letter from Mr. Leslie Hutchinson to Mr. C. Andrea Gill of the Caribbean Development Bank. Huh? The money was already borrowed, my brother. Was already borrowed, my brother. I'm coming back to that in a minute. This is the letter. Dear Madam, this is in reference to the caption subject. What South and Central, you shouldn't need to worry about this. There's people being able to take a shower this evening. I trying to get mine to take a shower. That's what you should be talking about. Not talking foolishness in here. This, madam, let me read the letter. Dear Madam, this is in reference to the caption subject. I've been directed to request a bank review and issuance of no objection to the award of contract for the construction of the portable water distribution system. And this is from Mr. Leslie Hutchinson. The independent evaluators in Jamaica had sent back their recommendation of who should get it. It's construction of portable water distribution system, Long Island, lot number 5, to BHM Company Limited, in the arithmetically corrected amount of $2,964,045 Bahamian dollars and 15 cents. The breakdown is as follows. Lot number 5, 2.6 million, CDB portion, value added tax at 12%, 317,000. Water and sewage portion. We look forward to your urgent review and response. So this is works that was supposed to be done. Lot number 5. In the areas of Stella Maris, Burn Ground, Glintons, and Seymour's. Cancelled. Never heard of it since. Cancelled. Gone with the wind. So the halt of these projects, Mr. Deputy, has had a detrimental impact on my constituents and has negatively impacted our economy, negatively, and hindered further infrastructural development on Long Island. The government's failure to continue, this government's failure, this New Day government's failure to continue with these essential projects is a blatant disregard for our community's needs. Blatant disregard. This is unacceptable, Mr. Deputy. The people of Long Island demand immediate action to resume and complete these essential projects. I want to address your question now. You all have carriage of the Water and Sewage Corporation now, right? The board minister there. The PLP government. The board minister there. You can check the cabinet presentation. It is there. And the CFO of the Water and Sewage Corporation, she's there. Go ask her. The monies were available. The monies were available. They were used to purchase whatever necessary capital and whatever capital investment was needed, and was used to make that investment. And guess what? I'm answering now. Had they used the plants that were purchased in Central and South Eleuthera, wouldn't have this problem. There's a plant in San Salvador that I understand they're now trying to sell to Aqua Design. There's one that was in Inagua that they moved from Inagua and took to Andros. And there's one in Long Island that they padlocked. And now the people of Long Island are unable to get water from that plant. And then, of course, there were other plants that were purchased, like the one from Water Makers that is now being rushed up there. And there are others. So thank us for that foresight and thinking ahead. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Mr. Deputy, we eagerly await a swift response to promptly address the current water issues and water challenges that we have in Long Island. And the answer to you, to all points, is no, we did not take out a loan. That's your answer. Mr. Deputy, Mr. Deputy, Mr. Deputy, Mr. Deputy, I want to quote Michael Cooper, the young man who was a young engineer, RO engineer, was one of the recruits by us to be a part of the RO unit. He was, when we left office, he was recruited with all that knowledge he would have gained from training in RO plants, going in the States and doing all that. And we would have sent him on our behalf. He was recruited by Aqua Design. Not just him, but others. He now works for them since we left office. And this is an email, something from an email he said to me. I want to accentuate the achievements of the reverse osmosis unit in the past 8 months. And he would have sent this, I think, in August 2021. He sent this in August 21. He said, Sweden Ski is slated to be upgraded by the end of summer 2021. That's owned by us. That's Water and Sewage. Ragged Island, the capacity was doubled since 2018 and owned by the Water and Sewage Corporation. Has less payouts to foreign providers. He said the expansion of the SEMS plant, Mr. Deputy, let's need another minute and I'll complete.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. He said the expansion of the SEMS plant and the new Deadman Ski plant on Long Island. He was listing the stuff, the items. He said new plants were purchased for San Salvador, Inagua, and South Eleuthera. He said a new plant for Crooked Island was purchased and the installation works are to commence shortly. And he said we have 2 new plants for order on Cat Island. He said the completion of the current installations will be by the end of September 2021. We expect Deadman Ski, though, to be completed in October 2021 or by the end of the year. That's what we expected. We got voted out on the 16th of September 2021. And expect the other plants. He gave timelines for the rest. So, Madam Speaker, Mr. Deputy, I'm most disappointed to see the state of affairs in my constituency and that we are today rationing water, and the government of today wants to get a pat on the back for sending 2 containers, 2 little trailers with water in it. And we sent, as I said, see Foxhill is playing like he didn't hear this. We sent the pipes. Let me repeat it clearly and slowly. We sent the pipes, all of the pipes, and the necessary parts to complete the works between Thompson Bay and Millis. Yeah. They were sent to Long Island in 2021, and you should ask the persons who stopped the works. They came after us. Huh? And Mr. Brenville Miller, a resident of the area who owns heavy equipment, you should know him. Mr. Miller cleared the roadside down. He was supposed to do the works, along with Water and Sewage and house teams. You can verify. We never canceled. The bank said to us, and Mr. Leslie Hutchinson can speak to this, we issued a statement on this. The bank said to us, please do. The bank said to us, we ought to direct our attention on the bigger areas with the greater populations and do the sparsely populated areas using our in-house works, or our in-house workers. And just so you know, Foxhill, there are many FNMs in Thompson Bay, McCann's, and Millis. Many FNMs. And guess what else? You in charge now. You in charge. Why don't you, in your 3 years, why haven't you installed the pipes? They were already there. All you had to do is go lay them. But what you all did was cancel the works.
Where's the watermark?
If all these PLPs, as you say, in McCann's and Millis and Thompson Bay, why you cancel the works?
Honourable member.
You cancel the works.
Honourable member.
Mr. Deputy, I rest.
Thank you,
Mr.
honourable
Deputy.
member.